And you said that you'd like to work on something about your eye. Which eye is it?
It's both eyes.
Both eyes. And you said it's something that has affected you for 20 years? Yeah. How does it affect you? How do you know you've got it?
Well, it started because I developed anemia when I was 15. And at the same time, I stopped being able to read properly because it looked like everything was moving around on the page, and it had never happened to me before.
Yeah.
And at the time I went for glasses, and they gave me glasses, but there was such a mild prescription, the optician was a bit loath to give me anything.
Yeah.
But because I was insistent, they gave me glasses, but they didn't help.
They didn't help, no.
It's been the same ever since.
That things move around on the page?
Yeah, it looks like, you know when you've got interference on the TV, that snowy look. It looks a little bit like that's over my eyes, and when I look, it messes up the
Now,
words.
has somebody got, Linda, have you got that magazine there? Okay. So, what happens when you look at that?
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. It looks
So it's
like I look at it, and it looks like there's bits missing, and I'd have to read each word at a time, where I used to be able to just read whole sentences in one go. I think that's what normal people can do.
Right.
But I have to read one word at a
time.
Because if I try and look at the whole sentence, bits of it disappear and bits of it look like they're moving.
And have you tried tapping with that?
A little bit, but I've never really. I just feel like it's too huge to be bothered with. So I've been to the hospital for tests and got special glasses, but
even though this is just too huge.
Even though this is too huge.
It's too huge. Too huge to be bothered with.
Too huge to be bothered with.
Too huge to tap with.
Too huge to tap with.
But I do want it to change.
But I do want it to change.
And I'm willing for it to change.
And I'm willing for it
to change. Is that true?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Yeah. Though I doubt that this can work.
I doubt that this can work.
I doubt that tapping can actually change anything with my reading.
I doubt that tapping could actually change
Is that
anything
true?
with my reading. Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah. And I'm afraid it can't.
And I'm afraid it can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the disappointment that
I do
it might not work.
accept myself.
I do accept myself.
Even though I doubt that this can help.
Even though I doubt that this can help.
And I'm afraid it can't.
And I'm afraid it can't.
But it is okay for it to change.
But it is okay for it to change.
It's okay, it's safe. There's nothing bad would happen if you were to read a page.
Nope.
That would be all right. Yeah, it is okay for it to change.
Yeah.
And I don't need to hold on to this problem.
And I don't need to hold on to this
No.
problem.
I don't need to hold on to it. So even though it does seem too huge for tapping.
Even though it does seem too huge for tapping.
I do want to get over this.
I do want to get over this.
And I'm willing to.
And I'm willing to.
So let's have a go.
So let's have a go.
Let's have a go. Yeah. Let's have a go.
Let's have a go.
We can see what happens.
We can see what happens.
It is huge.
It is huge.
I'd be gobsmacked if it did change.
I'd be gobsmacked if
I
it did
really
change.
would be gobsmacked.
So would the hospital.
So would
and
the hospital.
opticians.
Yeah. I can just imagine the look on their face.
I can just imagine the look on their face.
Yeah. I'd like to see the look on their face.
I'd like to see the look on their face.
But it's just so huge.
But it's just so huge.
Yeah. I'm open to have a go.
I'm open to have a go.
Yeah. Because I'd like to see that look on the optician's face.
I'd like to see that look on the optician's face.
Yeah. Especially when I tell him how it changed.
Especially when I tell him how it changed.
Yeah. Okay. Now, let's just start. Now, do you think this is in... Where do you think, or where do you believe that the actual problem is? Do you think it's in your eye, or do you think it's in your... or the way your brain processes what comes from your eye, or where do you think it is?
I think it's definitely coming from my brain, because when I do try, because you have to read, so when I do have to read anything, I get a big pain in my brain, the back of my eyes really hurts.
The brain. And do the opticians say that there's any actual physical problem with your eyes?
I've got a very slight prescription, but I still get it when I wear my glasses.
So they haven't said there's this in your eye, or the lens of your eye, or something of your eye isn't working?
No, I've got very healthy eyes, apparently.
So you've got healthy eyes, and it's something about that pain in the brain that stops your brain knowing what your eyes are seeing. You think that's what it's
I'm pretty
about?
sure it's the communication between my brain and my eyes.
Even though
I
get this pain in my brain.
I get this pain in my brain.
Yeah. When I read. Or I try to read. My brain doesn't like it.
My brain doesn't like it.
It gets a pain.
It gets a pain.
I truly and deeply accept myself.
I truly and deeply accept
and
myself.
accept my eyes.
And I accept my eyes.
And I accept my brain.
And I accept my brain.
They are doing the best they can.
They are doing the best they can.
Yeah. But somehow they're just not communicating.
And
I'd like to help them.
Yeah,
because it's okay.
Because it's okay.
It's safe for them to communicate.
It's safe for them to communicate.
It's safe for my brain to know.
It's safe for my brain to know.
What my eyes can see.
What my eyes can see.
What's on the paper.
What's on the paper. That doesn't seem true at all.
That doesn't seem true. Okay. Thanks for saying. It's not safe.
It's not safe.
It's not safe for my brain to know.
It's not safe for my brain to know.
My brain doesn't want to know.
My brain doesn't want to see.
My brain doesn't want to see what's on the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is just about reading, is it?
It's mainly in reading.
Mainly reading.
Yeah,
and as you're looking
around
around this room, you can see all these folks. And,
but I can also see the snow.
Okay, so the snow's there.
All the time.
All the time.
And it does get worse when I'm stressed.
And it's worse when you're stressed, and it's particularly reading.
It's particularly words and small details.
Right. Even though my brain thinks it's not safe to see.
Even though my brain thinks it's not safe to see.
And it puts in snow to protect me.
And it puts in snow to protect me.
From what I might see.
From what I might see.
Does that fit?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. I truly and deeply accept myself.
I truly and deeply accept myself.
I accept my eyes for seeing.
I accept my eyes for seeing.
And I accept my brain for protecting.
And I accept my brain for protecting.
Yeah, that's what the snow's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brain doesn't know.
My brain doesn't know.
But actually it's okay.
That actually it's okay.
Do you think it's actually okay? Does your logical self think it's okay?
My logical brain knows it's safe now.
Yeah, my logical brain knows it's safe now.
Mm-hmm.
But my emotional brain can remember a time when it wasn't safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my emotional brain doesn't forget.
No, my emotional brain doesn't forget.
My logical brain can forget.
My logical brain can forget.
But my emotional brain
remembers everything.
And particularly that time.
When it wasn't safe to see.
It wasn't safe to see.
It wasn't safe to see.
It wasn't safe to see. My emotional brain didn't like that. Wanted to protect me.
It wanted to protect me.
Because it wasn't safe. Yeah. It wasn't safe.
It wasn't safe.
It wasn't safe then.
It wasn't safe then.
No. It wasn't safe then.
It wasn't safe then.
Yeah. My emotional brain.
Wanted to protect me.
My logical brain knows.
That
that's not happening now. That I survived. And it's okay now. And it's safe to see now. But my emotional brain. Doesn't know that. Or doesn't believe that.
Doesn't want
to risk it. My emotional brain. Really wants to look after me. Wants me to be happy. Wants me to be safe. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. My emotional brain. Ain't taking any risks.
Isn't taking any risks.
With my safety. Yeah. Wants to protect me. Uses snow. Uses snow to protect me. Okay, take a breath. Do you know what it was that your emotional brain didn't want you to see? Yeah, you do know.
I think that what happened, because I've had lots of therapy about certain issues, is that I saw a lot of trauma over a long period of time, and it was as if it said, that's it.
Okay, enough.
It pulled the curtains, no more. It couldn't take any more.
Trauma. Could you just give a code name to that trauma?